Welcome everyone to our next webinar. I'm very happy that you're all here to join us. And what I want to talk about is a concept that builds upon our last lecture, building our light. On this journey of building our light and building our consciousness, and building our soul, which is the reason why we came to this world, we're going to experience many challenges that the opponent, what we call the opponent or the force that is against us, tries to pull us down. What is the opponent? Whenever I'm waking up in the morning because I want to go to the gym, but there's a voice that tells me, no, sleep. This is the opponent. Whenever there's a voice that, when I look at two people talking and whispering, there's a voice that tells me, you know, they're talking about you. You know, they're speaking bad about you. That's the voice of the opponent. The opponent is there all the time to make us feel insecure, to make us feel bad about ourselves, to have us beat ourselves up, and to go just inside into my own selfishness. When I'm on the path of building my life, the opponent every day will come to me and say, no, you're bad, you should beat yourself up. You made a mistake, you should beat yourself up. And what I want to talk about today is, what do we do when we make mistakes? You know, we're trying to grow, we're trying to build our consciousness, and we make mistakes. We fail. We hurt people, we say things we shouldn't say, we go back to our old ways, we go back to our old selfishness. What do we do in these types of moments? And the Kabbalah say something so powerful. They say that a person who messes up, who quickly learns his lesson and moves forward to build his light, this person stands higher in the spiritual realms than a person who never made a mistake at all. The Zohar, the greatest book that we have of Kabbalah, the most powerful, explains that those souls that made mistakes but transformed them and felt the pain of them, they reach the fifth chamber of the Garden of Eden. That's what it says. What does it mean, the fifth chamber? It says that there's 6 main chambers we can reach, and that's the fifth chamber. Below the fifth chamber are the people who never made mistakes at all. So we learn that the fifth chamber, which is this amazing level of spiritual light, is reached only when I make mistakes. And I learn from the mistakes and I push forward. But when I'm too busy beating myself up, I'm not the light. I'm the vessel. I'm bad, I'm poor me, and I'm selfish when I'm in this mode. Yes, there's a time to take accountability of what's going on in my life and to be responsible for the actions I did, but not all day long to be beating myself up. The Kabbalists say the last 10 minutes before you go to bed is the only time you can criticize yourself. It's the only time you can look at your day and say, okay, what did I do wrong? What do I need to change? But during the day, if I'm in my guilty thoughts of, oh, I made this mistake, oh, I went backwards, oh, it feels like I wasn't spiritual at all, oh, it feels like I went back 5 years and I'm starting over, these are thoughts from the opponent to steal our light. We need to say, 1 second, I made a mistake. This could be a perfect stepping stone to get to the fifth chamber, the highest level. As opposed to if I never made the mistake, I'd be on a lower level. Because those who make mistakes, they feel things. They feel pain. They feel other people. They relate to other people. When we don't make mistakes, we relate to no one. We relate just to ourselves. In fact, we get this spiritual ego thinking we're better than everybody. So of course the Creator is going to ensure that we fall. Even if we try everything in our power not to fall, sometimes we have to fall. It's part of the plan. It's part of the process. And you don't have a free will about it. Sometimes. And when those times happen, when any time you fall, learn the lesson. 10 minutes before you go to bed. What's my lesson? What do I need to change? And take a commitment upon myself to change it. That tomorrow's going to be different. And I promise to the Creator, to the light, to my soul, I'm not going to do the same thing tomorrow. And guess what happens? You do it again tomorrow. No problem. Again, before I go to sleep, I make another commitment, a sincere one. The problem is when someone makes a commitment knowing they're going to break it. That's the problem. Then it's not sincere. It says the Creator can see inside your heart. So if your heart says, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm going to do it anyways. So you didn't do anything. You did no repentance. You did no transformation. But you want to reach the fifth chamber. You want to reach this immense level of light. You want to grow to your next level. You want to build your immune system. You want to build your relationships, build your love, build your creativity, build your inspiration, build your admiration, build your future. Make mistakes, not on purpose. But if they happen, learn your lesson and transform them. Learn your lessons and transform them. That's the most important thing. We have to remember that. We have to remember that. So now let's learn very quickly, what are the 4 steps of repentance, it says. It says that the 4 steps, that before we go to bed, we can take inventory of our day in 4 steps. The first step is to go back in time to the moment that I made the mistake. To the moment I said what I shouldn't have said, I hurt someone when I shouldn't have, go back to that moment. That's the first step. The second step, it says to feel the pain of what I caused. To feel the pain that you caused to your own soul, how we start to diminish our light. To feel the pain that you caused the other person. And even try to feel the pain that we actually brought to the world by bringing our negativity to the world. Very important we close our eyes and we feel that pain. The third step is to reenact the entire scene as if I was completely proactive, not making the mistake. This is a vital step because what we do is we put in the movie that we want to have experienced, the movie that we want to have lived. And basically we take the old cassette out and we put a new cassette. That's in the third step. Visualize the whole scene. What would you do if you were completely proactive, if you could do it again? And the fourth step is a sincere and deep commitment within my heart of I'm never going to do it again. If this moment comes up, if this challenge comes up again, I am not going to fall for it. I'm going to build my light. I'm not going to destroy my light. And that's something that's so valuable and so important. And even if I mess up later, that's okay. I do the 4 steps again before I go to sleep. The Kabbalists knew that we would mess up. It's part of the plan. I need to mess up in order to feel myself, feel other people, and feel what it's like to be at the bottom. It's very important. The question is not to beat myself up and how fast do I get up. And the way I get up is right before I go to bed, I do the 4 steps. I hope you're successful in your journey in doing this, and remember always to build your light.